explanation after it's recording.
It's good.
What are you doing?
It's recording. He's just not moving.
Dude, what are you doing?
Why isn't it moving?
That's funny. I set this
The
is
100 is the ton, right?
well. That's how much they process, and this is how much shows up. So right when those are equal, that's where you're going to have your most gravel. Because of it after. Back to my graph. I'm not explaining this very well. This is what the graph looked like. This is tons per hour. Right? They process 100 tons per hour. So as soon as the amount that shows up is less than 100 tons per hour, they're going to be losing gravel. Well, I want to know when they'll have the most gravel. So that's right before the amount that shows up drops under 100.
Because before that they were kind of like using what they already had,
Yeah.
right?
And
Since they started
more.
out,
No, it's
since
because
they
you have
started
no
out, with
Draw a
kind of like
picture. Here's a pile of gravel.
I'm getting it somewhat.
Why do we even
I
have gravel?
understand.
Here's a machine that processes it.
Work.
And here's the gravel that's leaving.
What about the gravel coming in?
And then here's gravel that's showing up, that they're dumping into that pile.
Okay.
This is happening at 100 tons per hour. Every hour, 100 of those trucks leave.
Okay.
So the question is, when is this pile the biggest?
And it
Right?
starts out at
Early in the day, the tons per hour is high. So they're dumping a lot more gravel on here. This pile's getting bigger and bigger and bigger before lunch because they're only putting out 100 tons per hour, but there's a lot showing up. But I said as soon as this guy drops down to 100 tons per hour and these are equal, then that pile is going to stop growing. And then later in the day, it dropped below 100. So now this pile is going to start going down because these guys are moving faster than this guy.
Okay.
So I set the tons per hour equation, or did I write that down? The tons per hour equation equal to 100. Because that's the time that happens. That's the time where all of a sudden this stops growing and starts. All throughout the day, this pile is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and at a certain point, it's going to stop growing and then start getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So I figured out the time, right, where it stopped growing. That's when the amount that's showing up is equal to 100 tons
How
per
did you
hour.
do that without
Yeah.
work?
Huh?
How did you do that without showing work?
It is showing work. Tons per hour equals 100, minus 100 from both sides.
Okay.
I graphed it and found the zero.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like,
They know you have a
that's
calculator.
nice.
I was like,
Great,
this is funny
great
to me.
showing.
Boom, boom. They know you have a calculator. It's okay. So now I know T is at 4.92 seconds. So this is where I didn't finish. I would have needed to come to here and plugged in. Integrated this from 0 to 4.92. That was definitely the hardest part of that problem.
I'm trying to figure out how to get my window good so I can see it.
Try zoom 0.
No.
Ooh, never mind. Okay,
I get a bunch of squiggly lines.
try zoom 0 and it'll give you that. But then change your window and X from 0 to 8 because that's all you care about.
From when you change the window?
And that'll look pretty good.
Wait, how would you?
Because all you care about is from 0 to 8 hours, right?
There is no zoom 0.
Yeah, there's this is. Zoom
Oh.
0. Zoom
Zoom
fit.
0. Okay.
And that'll change your Y for you. And then if you just go back to your window after you do that and change the X from 0 to 8, because that's all the only part you care about.
We?
So this is the tons per gravel. Like the guys driving the semis, they're really pumped on their coffee. And then as the day goes on, they're like, oh man, oh, and there's traffic downtown, so they can't get it there as fast. And then, I don't know what happened here, but.
They got a little excited there at the end. They're like, day's almost over.
Day's almost over. And they're like flooring it.
Will
How do you plug that into your calculator with like the g of t minus 100 dt plus 500?
I would just go like this, math, FNIT of
Y1 minus 100.
y1 minus 100,
There,
So this whole problem took 30 minutes.
comma, with respect to x, comma, from 0 to,
And then you add 100 after.
or, yeah, and then hit
Good
enter.
morning,
and then-
Cougars. We have several announcements, so please listen carefully.
It's not
I want to make sure everybody knows that we are on a regular schedule today. There will not be an assembly this afternoon. ASB inauguration, originally scheduled for today, will be next week. Very important, prom is May 10th, not May 3rd, May 10th. National Honor Society t-shirt forms are due by this Tuesday.
You good on this one?
Juniors, there's only one more test date for the ACT or SAT exam. See Mr. Peralez on details for how to register for this exam.